You don't know that I know, but I see through the light. Every flicker of the flame, every shadow of the night. I feel the echoes, they are whispering your truth. I'm a mirror for the secrets that you're trying to lose. The strings of the cosmos, they sing to my soul. Fingers trace the unseen in this grand sprawling roll. I can feel your thoughts dancing in the air, but you keep pretending like there's nothing there. You don't know that I know, but I know it's real. Every hidden thought, every word you conceal, like a spark in the void, I see it so clear. The pulse of the truth draws me near, draws me near, draws me near. The piano plays softly, but it's sharp in my veins, unraveling your mind like decoding the reins. Your essence radiates, it hits me like a tide. There's no use in hiding by the rules you abide. You don't know that I know, but I know it's real. Every hidden thought, every word you conceal, like a spark in the void, I see it so clear. The pulse of the truth draws me near, draws me near, draws me near. It's not a trick, not a guess, I was born to connect. This psychic energy has no room for regret. From the depths of the stars to your heart's subtle glow. You don't know that I know, but now you should know. You don't know that I know, but I see through the light. Every flicker of the flame, every shadow of the night. I feel the echoes, they are whispering your truth. I'm a mirror
Because he
for
keeps
the
on
secrets
saying,
that
he
you're
tells me that you
trying to lose.
Whether you said that, does that make sense?
The strings of the cosmos, they sing to my soul. Fingers trace the unseen in this grand sprawling roll. I can feel your thoughts dancing in the air, but you keep pretending like there's nothing there. You don't know that I know, but I know it's real.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, welcome back. I hope everybody can hear us. If you'll let us know, please, so that we can get that fixed, we'd appreciate it.
Yes, please help us out. Give us a thumbs up if you could hear us. And thank you again to El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez.
Yes.
We reached over 400 subscribers.
I know.
But
I guess
maybe
we're getting better.
we're getting better, and maybe because you're gonna turn on the
I
candle.
am. I am ready with
As
this.
you know, we turn on the candle to let everybody know that we're ready to start, but most importantly, for spirit. Uh, Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, why is he wearing sunglasses?
I am.
Like a movie star already. But
Sure.
I'm wearing, no, Rosa, give it to me later. But I'm wearing sunglasses because I had eye surgery today and I really can't see. I know I could barely see over there on the camera, but I really can't see. But as I was telling Rosa, to do readings, I don't know, I don't need these eyes. I have a third eye.
Yes.
And with the third eye is what I could see. And so I already took some medication, so I don't feel any pain, thank God. But I am a little blind right now.
Okay.
But I could definitely um, do readings.
Okay. Well, we're getting a lot of thumbs up, so it looks like we're okay. I'll try
So
to keep an eye here, and
that's so
thank you
funny
for helping us.
that you're going to try to keep an eye there. No pun intended.
Okay. That's
Let's see,
hilarious.
make sure you guys.
Hold on. Let's see. How about there?
And we're looking to see if you could
There's a
hear.
slight delay, so maybe
There's a
that's why.
little delay.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay,
Okay.
so I think we know what it is now.
It might be.
It might be the
Mhm.
mixer.
Mhm.
And I remember my good nephew Adam said he had an extra one.
I heard you say that too.
Yeah, so we're gonna
Mhm.
hit him up and see if he could lend me his mixer.
Okay. So
So if it goes off, we're just gonna do what we did again. So don't hang up now. What's the other thing? Thank you for subscribing. That's the most
yes,
important because as you subscribe, that's important to us so that we could continue doing this podcast, this program. But what do they do, Rosa?
they have to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell. With when you get to subscribe, it'll ask you if you want all the notifications or just personalized, but say all because there's also videos that are going to be coming up soon. You don't want to miss those.
That's right. That's right. And is there anybody saying hello? Do we
Yes,
have
we
any
have a
people?
lot of people. So Frank Navarro,
Oh, my brother Frank.
hello.
And I have a full studio audience today. That's
You
what's
do?
exciting about what changed in this program that we
I
have studio audience now.
can only see him without my glasses.
I can't see anybody. I just see figures that are there.
So we also have Liza Avalos,
Hey, Liza. Hello.
Jose Salcido. Hi,
Hey, Pepe.
Pepe.
How are you, Pepe? Nice to see. Nice. I couldn't say nice to see.
No,
That just wouldn't work right
no.
now.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Hipolito Avalos,
Hipolito, my friend.
Vani.
Vani. Hey,
She says,
Vani.
hope you're doing well.
I'm getting better, Vani. I'm asking for your dad to help me out today. Right, Turi? I know you're
Yes.
listening.
And then we have Fabiola. She gives a thumbs up about the earlier.
Yes, Fabiola. Thank you for letting us know.
Our prima Vero Silva.
Hola, Vero. How
Hi.
are you, Vero? Thank you for joining us today.
Margie Tejeda. Hi, cousin.
Hi, cousin. I can't wait to see California when I'm all better.
When you
Get
can
that.
see.
I could
When you
see.
can see.
When I could see. I would love to see the ocean.
Lizzie? Eileen?
Hi, Lizzie. How are you? Thank you for. I think that's a new. I don't know if she's been with us today, but
Yeah, I don't.
it sounds new to me. But if you're
Welcome.
not new, welcome. And if you're new, thank you for joining us today.
Tony Romero Sr.
Hey, Tony. How are you, Tony?
Alejandra Gomez.
Alejandra.
Let's see.
Thank you for joining us today, Alejandra.
Okay, I think everything else. Jose Huerta, Linda De Leon.
Hey, Jose. I'm going to tell Jose, he's my best friend. Thank you, Jose, for tuning in. After Jose.
Antonio de Luna, he says, how are we doing? And hope that everything is fine.
Thank you, Tony. Everything's getting better.
Yes.
I can't wait till they take me to Dallas. That's which one, right?
No, that's my dad.
Oh,
he lives here.
Oh, Tony, the dad.
Senior. Yeah.
Tony Senior.
Tony Senior. Let me see. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Liza Avalos, Fabiola, Leslie, Jose Huerta, April Morales.
April Morales. Yes, I can remember that name. Thank you again, April, for joining us again. Thank you so much.
And then I think Linda De Leon, I may have mentioned her already. Jose,
Linda.
but hello again.
Linda, I didn't say her name, so thank you, Linda. And I think Linda's new to the program too, because I don't remember Linda Leon.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. And what did you guys think about that song? I think it's catching on to me.
It is.
Isn't it?
It's a catchy tune.
It is a catchy tune, and I'm very excited. And I know that we're working on the Spanish version that might be a little different.
Yes.
So we're going to have a Spanish version, but we're still working on that. So thank you that.
And Lizzie or Eileen says, I'm Turi's other daughter.
Yes. Oh yeah, Lizzie. That I forgot. Lizzie. I remember with Eric. I think Eric's her husband. Make sure you get all the husbands right. Vani is Sergio. So I hope I did that right. But hello to the families. Nice to see you all. Shouldn't say it nice to see you all. It's a figure of speech.
Yeah.
Literally.
Especially now.
Especially right now. It's so funny, but now remember, people say, how are you going to do the show? Well, because I don't need my eyes to see, because remember, I have the third eye. And the way I interpret things is what I see in my mind.
Yes.
And most importantly, what I feel. And so it does work. I still did readings all last week, even when I had the other surgery. And it still works, thank God.
And I think that's it for now.
That's good. Well, people are still trying to get themselves ready and working on finishing up with the dishes and having dinner ready.
So I put on there, I'm letting them know to provide their name, date of birth, and their question for forecasting the future.
That's right. So think about that. Think about that. All I need is your name and date of birth. But most importantly, I need the question. And if it's going to be a general question, just make it general. It's okay. If you say, well, about finance, a job, relationship, stuff like that. Why am I moving my hair?
I don't know.
I just think on the camera. Like, I kind of see it. But anyways, yes.
Our niece Jenny Penny is on the line.
Hey, Jenny Pooh.
You, Jenny Penny?
Yes, Jenny. I remember her growing up. She loved it when I called her Jenny Pooh. No, she didn't, but I do it on purpose.
I doubt it.
And what else? Oh, we also have something exciting. Thanks to Crystal, our graphic designer. So we're coming up with a new shirt. You want to hold that in over there? Oh, so that's okay. So this is the back of the shirt. And what we're doing, there isn't nothing in the front, but you have an option to put whatever you want in the front. But the back of the shirt, as you can see,
put it up.
We're sporting the first shirts that came out. We didn't have anything in the back. But what we have in the back exactly what you guys see at the beginning of the song. You don't know that I know, but I know. Uh, we're actually going to be selling these. Why are we selling these shirts? Well, because we have a fundraiser going. So all the proceeds to these shirts is going towards our new laptop to make sure that we don't have any future technical difficulties,
Right.
right?
I hope so. Yes.
And so hopefully that will help too. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to raise money for our new uh, laptop
Yeah.
that we're trying to raise. And
Yeah.
I think it's gonna go for 25. Uh, and it's a very, very nice shirt. It's very,
So it's
very
like
nice.
this one.
It is like that one, but it's not gonna be black. It's actually gonna be like navy blue,
Mhm.
so that these colors could blend with the navy blue shirt. So
Mhm.
I think it's gonna look very nice.
I
And
think
you know,
so.
if there's ever any events in the future that I have to go out there and do a presentation, a public presentation, or you know, sometimes they invite me to do groups or shows out there. I'm gonna be wearing my shirt, and it'll be nice if everybody who knows me already will wear their shirt
Okay.
just for that support. So remember, now the other thing we're gonna talk about,
Sorry.
we're gonna talk about the trailer, right? Well,
Yes, we are. So I'm sorry. I got distracted. Yes, we are. Ernie had took me along this weekend.
Mr. Eaton,
Oh, sorry, Mr. E. Pardon me. Um.
we had an exciting weekend
Yes.
this weekend, and she didn't know what she was getting herself into because
No.
she didn't know this was part of the job.
Yeah.
So we went
Non-paying
ghost,
job.
not paying, and we went ghost busting.
We did, which is not part of the job description when I was asked to assist. That's okay. It went all right.
It went all right because it's exciting, and I told her I love it because I get to experience new experiences. Plus, we get to meet more exciting new people.
Yes.
So what we did this weekend, we went to go cleanse a house. Excuse me. I got a phone call about these people that were having difficulties with
Mhm.
their home. They were
Mhm.
getting sick as they were working on their home. They were feeling things that weren't normal in their home.
Right.
And so they called me to see if I could go and do a cleansing. So Rosa and I, we went to go do the cleansing and we asked if we could record it. Uh, thank God they said yes, you could record it. So we were
Mhm.
able to record it because I wanted to share that experience with you all out there. So after this program, we're putting on the trailer. So don't sign off. It's only it's only about a 1 minute, right?
A little bit over a minute, but yeah, it's a short trailer.
A short trailer, and it's going to give you some highlights of what we did, and then we're gonna release it maybe Saturday. We said
Mhm.
we're gonna release it this weekend. We're gonna release and the whole cleansing took about how many minutes is it?
About a little over half an hour, maybe, maybe 30 minutes or so.
So it's not a long cleansing, but
No.
so many things happen.
Yes, it was very interesting. Walking along with you all, I did. You can't hear it.
That must have been coughing.
Um.
Can you hear?
Yes, audience.
Can,
Yes, we
can
can
we
hear
hear?
you. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Um.
We got our audio crew in the back to ensure that we could hear.
Yes. Make sure you're speaking
Oh,
into
and
the
then I have to
microphone.
talk into this.
Yes.
And so let me put it up a little bit right
Closer
there.
to your mouth.
Sorry. So what were we saying?
Oh, that it was interesting walking around this home. I did ask if it was safe for me to come along because as Mr. E, as he reminds me his name is, uh, told me that he's always safe. But I'm like, me, I ain't no medium. But he said I'd be safe if I was with him.
So
So it was okay.
we always protect ourselves, and in my belief system, I always protect myself and anybody that's with me because We want to make sure we're safe. And at any time, if I don't feel that it's a good place to be, we would just leave.
Yes.
So, so make sure to stick around right after this. We're gonna press the goodbye, and it's gonna be like a 1 minute trailer. It's very exciting because a lot of stuff happened when we were there,
Mm-hmm.
and so things that we did not expect,
Right.
especially the reaction of the people that were there.
Yes.
So it was very good. And
Mm-hmm.
don't forget that this weekend we are going to let it out, right?
Release the trailer.
Release it.
Do you have cats?
Some, not right now. It looks like it's pretty later. So
Okay.
yeah,
Were people saying hello before you go in?
yes. Let's go and say hello to more people because some more people are tuning in.
So, Santiago, hello.
Hello, Santiago.
He
Can't wait
says,
to see you.
we'll definitely do the beach, he says. Leti Gutierrez, hello, cousin. Everything looks good.
Thank you, Letty.
Um, and then let me go through the hellos, and I'm gonna go back to the first question we have.
Yes, good. Because
Um,
we're ready after that. We're going to do our forecast in the future. So you could get
okay.
your questions ready.
Cecilia Ramirez.
Hello, Ceci.
Um,
Think she's new to us because I don't remember that name.
and then Lori De Luna, hello from Dallas. That's my sister-in-law.
Hi, Lori. Hopefully you invite us one day. Rosa never does.
We're going this weekend.
I know.
Okay.
Don't make me pack my bags. I won't.
Pack 'em up.
Won't hear nothing, but I won't see nothing. Gotta go here.
Now it's affecting your ears.
It's affecting my ears. It really does.
Oh, well, you need a third ear. So anyway, here's our first question.
Okay.
Liv Navarro, your daughter, Olivia. December 5th, 1996. Do
Yes.
you see children in her future? Oh,
This is the time when I'm really blind. Not right now. Remember.
okay. How about now?
Oh, we're testing,
How about now?
testing,
Okay.
testing. We're listening.
Yeah, there's a small delay, so
Yeah.
okay, we're
Okay.
good.
So we already know what the problem is, and
Yeah.
we're gonna have to get a new mixer.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you heard the question. My daughter asked if she was gonna see babies in the future.
Mhm.
I do. Uh, but what I was saying is I struggle to read my family. It's not that I can't, I could, but because I'm being biased. So I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
It does
How so?
because, like you said, is you're not you're trying hard to read her, but she's your daughter, and you want the best for her.
That's right. I want the best for
So
her. And so sometimes that's when my feelings get involved.
right.
And because I have to interpret feelings, I move them aside. But it's
Mhm.
hard when it's your own family.
Mhm.
I could still do it, but it's hard.
Yeah. You want to know how many, Olivia?
Not right now.
Okay. Next question. Sorry, Letty. Yes, normally at 6:30, but we did put on the notification that it was going to start at 6:15 today.
Yes, we did put the notification that we're gonna start at 6:15. And why? Because sometimes we're having these technical
Yeah.
difficulties. and we want to get on them really fast,
Yes.
and we don't want to stay very late for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So we just
Right.
moved it up 15 minutes.
Okay. I got your message, Dad. Eric Montelongo. Eric, January 26th. Will I pass boards and have a job opportunity after I graduate as a nurse practitioner?
Yes, I'm so excited for Eric. Congratulations on getting his master's, and now he's a
Good
nurse
for him.
practitioner.
Mhm.
And if I ever need pain medication, not right now, Eric, not right now.
Okay,
But
there you
I'm
go.
gonna tell you what, Eric, you are gonna get an offer really fast, even before you pass your boards. And you will pass your boards. I really feel strongly about that. But the day that you go, make sure you study, which you've already been doing this all this time. But don't study the night before. Just
Mhm,
relax because what you know, you should already know, and you do already know. So Turi's making me feel like I see balloons, I see
mhm.
cake. That's my symbol that we're gonna celebrate. It's probably my symbol that I'm getting invited.
Oh, maybe.
Never know. But yes, Eric, you will be there. Now, Turi, so Turi's my spirit guide, as everybody knows out there.
Yes.
And Turi is the son-in-law. So Turi's his father-in-law.
Oh, okay.
And but Turi's telling me, Eric, to tell you how proud he is of you. But most importantly, he sees you like a son. Because I just heard mijo, which is a symbol for me.
Mm,
That he says, I see you like a son, and how
okay.
proud he is of that. So yes, yes, you will pass.
Okay. Um, so someone asked me if I could raise the volume because they couldn't hear. So I did try to raise it here. I don't know if that raises the volume for you or maybe your volume's a little low. I'm not sure.
So again, we kind of
Mm.
already, today is the first day that we identified the problem with the
Mhm.
sound. So
Yeah, everybody's hard to hear. Louder, please. So maybe we just need to speak louder
I
into the
think we do need to
microphone.
speak louder into the
Yeah, you
microphone.
hear us better? Okay, we just need to
Okay,
stay focused on here.
yeah.
Okay,
And I'm
don't
sorry,
forget to
but it's
touch it.
hard for me to see this microphone, but I could see it right now.
It's only this big. All right. So we have Alejandra Gomez,
Yes.
April 29th, hoping for a message from heaven.
Okay. Now, as I was talking to Eric, something else was coming through, but I don't know if this is for you, Alejandro. So what I'm seeing right now, and sometimes I do have to turn away because I have to see what they're making me draw here.
Mhm.
Um, Somebody's birthday's just passed, Alejandra.
Okay, hold on. Can y'all hear us? Okay, because I see a lot of comments where they say they can't hear us, and I know there's a
I think it's a
delay.
delay. I think it's a delay.
So let's
So can
let's wait. Yeah, we're good. Okay.
so Alejandra. So what I'm seeing right now is a birthday cake. That's my symbol for somebody's birthday just passed. It's coming up. Somebody died on or near their birthday. First, tell me if that connects. And I tell people I'm trying not to cough, but you know what? I feel like somebody also couldn't breathe or was intubated. So I feel like somebody's intubated because they're making me not being able to breathe.
Okay, I don't see anything yet for her.
Okay, so if you guys could type that in, and it could also be connected to Eric, but I think it's either one or the other, or it could be both actually,
Mm,
because I'm getting crossed lines right now. But
okay.
focus on the birthday cake. Focus if somebody's birthday is just passed, coming up, or somebody died on or near their birthday.
Okay. Um,
Meanwhile, while they're typing in to see if that's them, we're still going to talk about that haunted house, right? That it was pretty scary. It was a little scary. It
well,
was for me
for me it was.
because I didn't know what type of energy I was going to get. But
Yeah.
thank God everything worked out.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I.
It wasn't. It wasn't because you know what? Once we left that place, it did feel cleansed. It
Mhm.
felt joyful.
Mhm.
And so it was a different feeling as we left the place.
So Alejandra Gomez says her birthday was yesterday.
Perfect. So this is for you, Alejandra. So I feel like you have a maternal figure. So I always call them mother figures. Not necessarily your mother, but if it is your mother, it's a maternal figure, like a mother, grandmother, aunt, somebody higher than you. I also feel the cancer. I don't know if somebody had cancer or has cancer. So if she could just connect to that.
Not yet.
And I know we're on a delay, so we have to wait just a little bit. But do we have another question and we could get back to her?
Yes, let me say some hello, sorry.
Yes.
Hello from Yolanda Barker.
Hey, Yolanda, nice to, Yolanda and her husband, we had a beer last weekend and had a good time. We have to do it soon again, Yolanda.
Gloria Gomez.
Yes, Gloria. She's always following us. Thank you, Gloria.
Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. Joshi Boli. It's Karen, she says.
Yes, yes, Karen, she was on our show last week.
Yes. Okay, so let me go back and let me do okay, so Alejandra Gomez says only motherly figure with cancer was my great grandmother.
And that's okay. And then, a lot of people say, um, was your, a lot of people would tell me, I didn't know my great grandmother. Or maybe she did, but she goes, I wasn't born yet. It doesn't matter because your loved ones still come and take care of you.
Hmm.
I don't think it's her though,
Okay.
but you did bring her through right now. Um, I also have a little dog on the other side. I don't know if it's a little dog, but there is a mascot pet. So there is a pet on the other side connected to Alejandra. Because I just saw the when I do this is like the tail wagging.
Okay.
I also see there's a transition for you, Alexandra. So what does that mean? My symbol for transition means that you're either gonna move or you're thinking of moving from house to house, apartment to apartment, or maybe the city, or there's a job change for you. And it doesn't matter if it's within the same job, just department, or you got a raise. But
Okay. So okay, so we have another question. We have another question, pardon me.
okay.
Cecilia Ramirez, July 17th. Lost my niece Jasmine on March 27th. Hope she knows I miss and love her. Family and job drama since her death. Time to change jobs.
I'm gonna say no to that, the way she's making me feel. Um, um, um. The reason I'm coughing is I really do feel something's coming through that's not letting me breathe. I still feel like the intubation or somebody. So this is my symbol that somebody couldn't breathe. Oh, somebody couldn't breathe um, at the end. Um, that they couldn't talk. But the drama, the did she say it was time for her to move?
Is it time to switch jobs?
I would say not yet. I don't feel that right now. I feel things are gonna get better. So
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just hold on and be patient a little bit more, Marisol. Just hold on and be patient a little bit more.
Cecilia, you mean?
Cecilia. What is it,
I
Marisol?
don't know.
So Cecilia, I don't know if you know Marisol.
Good question.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's move on. Fabiola, May 30th. Do you see a raise in my near future?
Definitely not. That's funny.
Not for her.
Not for her because she works with me. But
Oh,
you know what? I do see. a raise in your family, Fabiola. I'm not joking right now. I was joking before. But Fabiola, there is going to be some money coming in. So that means perhaps you might not be getting this raise, but I feel somebody in your family will be getting a raise. So there is money coming in.
Okay, so let me go back to some of the comments. Alejandra Gomez says, I'm moving to Arizona during the summer. And Cecilia Ramirez says, yeah, she was hit by a drunk driver from behind.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Um,
And she wants to know if Jasmine is okay.
Jasmine is probably the
Her
person
niece
that
that
passed.
passed,
Yeah.
correct.
I'm gonna tell you, Cecilia. It's Cecilia, right?
Cecilia Ramirez.
So Cecilia, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I just got the symbol, my symbol for. Remember, she does this. This is my symbol for clean the slate, which means that there's a lot of stuff, and they keep on doing this. This means that nobody's guilty about anything. Wipe away the guilt, Cecilia. Uh, I feel that somebody still replays this accident over and over and over, and they keep on showing me, and I know it wasn't your fault or something about not your fault. Um, and I don't know, there had something to do with the seatbelt because they just put the seatbelt on me. So I don't know if that's an issue, but she did feel somebody's hand. So Jasmine, somebody was holding her hand or something about the hand. But most importantly, Cecilia, the reason I'm feeling all this is she wants to make you know, she wants to let you know it was nobody's fault. I'm in peace. I'm definitely in peace. And this is what I tell people, Rosa. When
Mhm,
spirit comes to me and I'm doing readings, it's a blessing because they are blessing us with their presence.
mhm.
So it's like receiving a blessing from up above. And it doesn't matter what religion you believe in. But I'm gonna give you an example. Like Catholic, I believe in heaven. So it's like they're coming from heaven and blessing us and making sure and letting us know that they're in peace. But most importantly, they want you to be in peace. And that's the whole purpose of this.
Okay. Um, Give me a second because I have to go
And I'm
back to.
also feeling pain to my head. So I just felt some trauma to my head. So I could feel my head also. There's an impact or something to the head. So there's something going on there as well. And I don't know if it's still the same people because I'm getting a lot of energies now. I'm
Okay.
getting a lot of energies.
Okay. Eric Montelongo says that he sent you an invite on Messenger. Duty's birthday, May 5th.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Dude, he's just smiling away. You know, he's smiling away, but it has something to do with his mustache. So I don't know if there's a joke about his mustache, Eric, but he just.
Okay.
Just doing a
How
mic
about
check,
there?
mic check.
Couple of seconds
So just to see
to
if they're
see.
good here.
Yes. Okay. We're good.
Okay. Sorry, we already identified the problem, so we know what we need to do.
Do you want me to read it again?
Yeah, read it to me
Okay.
again.
Ariana Romero, any message from Rosalie Thomas for my husband?
I'm still feeling that intubation, so I don't know if it's her that she couldn't breathe at the end. And I also feel like somebody had to make decisions for somebody at the end. Like they couldn't do something and they had to make decisions.
Okay.
So just see if that's her. Anybody else we need to say hello to before we bring in our guests?
Thank you. Un momento, por favor. Let's see. Um, I don't see any hellos. There are still a lot of people that have questions that they want to ask. I don't know if we'll get to them all because we do have a special guest on today.
Yes, we do. Give me another question while we
Okay,
do
so
it fast.
Ariana Romero did respond. It says she was, yes, her daughter. And I don't remember, to be honest with you, I don't remember what you said. I was listening, but I don't remember what you said.
So just Adriana, just to let you know that they're in peace. I don't know if she's the one that asked. I think it was Cecilia.
Yes,
But just for
Cecilia.
everybody out there, remember when anybody comes through, they're in peace. They're in peace. And I do apologize too because I am blind as a bat.
And Alejandra Gomez says that her abuelita passed away due to trauma to the head.
Okay, so that is just my symbol that as I was talking, she came through. She came present to identify
Mhm.
herself. It's me, it's me, it's me. Okay.
Do you want to take another question
Yeah, go
or
ahead
do
and
we
do
have
another
to?
question.
Okay.
Let's see.
Um, Letty Gutierrez, February 2nd. Am I, let's see, able to get my student loan forgiven this May? Submitted paperwork this April.
I'm gonna say yes because as she mentioned your name, Letty, I was thinking also retirement. So I'm gonna say yes. I feel like it's all gonna be settled in. Just be patient because the
Mhm.
government right now is working at it.
Okay. And then I skipped over someone, Craig Thomas, March 14th.
Craig Thomas,
Mhm.
is that the name of the person?
Yes. Well, Joshi Boli put in Craig Thomas, March 14th.
Okay. So the way this Craig is, I feel like I don't know if it's a boy.
Craig,
Yeah.
I think so.
I feel like they didn't say goodbye. So people weren't able to say goodbye to Craig. Not everybody got to say goodbye. But he's telling me I own my debt.
Hmm.
So I don't know what that means to you, but he's telling me I own my debt and I'm in peace. I feel like there's a child behind too that I don't know if he had a child or maybe more than one, but he makes me feel to say hello to the family. Say hello to the family. Say hello to the family.
And Yoshi Boli also says, I think you mentioned something about a dog. She says, oh my God, every time I go with you, I mean to ask you about my dog, Evie.
There you go. Well, your dog is here because when I do this, that's my symbol for a dog that are wagging their tail.
Okay. Do you want another question?
Just one more so that we could bring
Okay.
our guest in.
Jose, February 8th, am I moving away from El Paso?
I'm gonna say I feel like you're leaving El Paso, but I think you're coming back. So I don't know if that's a good thing for you or not. But when I see things like that, it's not a bad thing. I feel like good things are gonna happen with you, Jose. Just be patient. I feel like he's leaving and coming back. Is that Pepe? Is
No.
that another Jose?
I believe it was Jose Huerta.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then just for Craig Thomas, the question is there any message for Craig Thomas from his mom? March
Okay.
14th
So again,
is the one.
somebody passed away. Again, and if it's for Craig, even if Craig is here, there's somebody that passed away that didn't get to say goodbye. So if
Mhm.
that's your mom, Craig, it's all the same connection. If they're telling me I didn't get to say goodbye, didn't get to say goodbye. And then she makes me feel like either she wasn't taking care of herself, but she owns what happened to her because she didn't speak up about her health. So it's very
Mhm.
important, people out there, listen to your body when it's not doing well. You really need to go to the doctor. Don't go to
Mhm.
people like me or anybody like that Go to people like Eric, who's a nurse practitioner. He'll take care of you.
And just one thing before we move on, Vani was saying back to the mustache question,
Yes,
please.
yes,
Mustache and Turi,
yes.
question mark. And I think she also mentioned that it's gonna be Turi and his dad's birthday coming up.
Oh, perfect. Well, he keeps on doing like twisting and like, so he's playing with his mustache, Turi, and he shows me his mustache. But he says, I have a thicker mustache. It's like it's really grown in nicely. So I don't
Mm.
even know if he had a mustache, but I think he did. But he makes me feel like it's a good, like it's something he always wanted and is coming in good.
Okay. And I think unfortunately we're gonna have to move on to our
Yes,
special guest. So don't
yes,
come back to the next show and then make sure that you comment right away so we can get to your questions.
yes, because it's really, it's. I do want to introduce this next guest because I've been wanting him to come on board for a while. And it's a privilege to have him on. I always think it's a privilege to have anybody on, and it's a privilege to know people. Because remember, it's a privilege. It's not a right. It's a privilege. That's the way I
Mhm.
see things. So anytime anybody comes with me, it's a privilege for me to get to know these people. But this is a very important person who I met just a month ago or so, and I want to tell you, he's the one that donated the equipment. And it's very important for me to introduce him. So we could get Danny in here. Let's give him a round of applause. It's Danny.
Just be careful.
And we're gonna do this. Let's see if you can.
Hi, how are you?
Good,
Oh,
Danny.
let me reset real quick. 'Cause I hear spinning.
Would you? I could hear. So we're gonna check to see if you could hear us. We have
Can we
Danny
get some
here.
thumbs up, please?
Yes, to make
Okay,
sure.
good.
So Danny, I like your shirt. I like what he's
I do
wearing.
too. Thank you.
So this is Danny. It's been a while, and you know what, Danny? I haven't seen you in a while. And literally, I
It's been
can't
a
see you
while.
now, but I know you're here.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. So I wanted to introduce Danny to see how we met, and I'm gonna start off the story, Danny. Just remember to speak loud so they could hear us, and they'll tell us in the studio audience that they could hear us as well when you talk. Okay. So let me just. So it was almost about a month ago, right?
Yes, sir.
About a month ago that we met. At first, you didn't want to come with me, I believe,
No,
right?
I actually
Why is that?
I made an appointment. So I never showed up.
He made an appointment and he never showed up. So people out there, when you make an appointment and if you don't show up, it's okay. But just give me, would you give me a notice?
No, sir.
What's wrong with you? So, uh, so yeah, so anytime you make an appointment, and this is not for everybody, this is not for everybody, and I respect that. But if you could just let me know to cancel, I could cancel. But so you came the second time. Why did you come the second time?
I don't know. There was just something telling me to reach out again, and I did while I was out of town.
Hmm. So you work out of town and you're not here a lot,
Yes, sir.
okay? And then you reached out the second time. And I'm going to tell you, Danny, that second time that I first met you, it was a Tuesday and it was windy. It
Mhm.
was horrible out there. It was one during one of those dust storms, remember?
Yes, sir.
And something that happened to me early that morning that a door was closed for me. And I thought the way I did things was going to change. So a door closed for me and I was not very um, motivated, I guess is the right word, to do a reading that day. So I almost canceled. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
And so I met you that day. I said, no, no, I'm gonna go. And we did it. We did the reading. And you want to tell him who came through?
Yeah, it was my son, my 17-year-old that passed away 2 years ago.
Because he just had an anniversary, right?
Yes, sir. April 16th
April
was his
16th.
anniversary.
And what do we call him?
JD.
JD. So we call his son JD. That was his name, Juan Daniel, right?
Yes, sir. Well, not yet.
But short with JD. And I'm gonna tell you all that day in the reading, it was a different type of reading for me. But for you, it was the first time.
It was. It was the very first time I ever experienced.
But for me, it was very different because I had a spiritual awakening in the sense that my gift or my third eye opened up to the point that JD, I could hear him clearly. And that was kind of freaky for me. How was it reading for you during that time?
It was an experience obviously I've never experienced before, but something that it made me feel a lot better knowing that my son was okay.
And
Yes,
and I know it was something hard for you, Danny,
sir.
uh, because I'm sure you were skeptic about the whole situation.
Yes, sir. It was.
Well, how so?
Um, just again something I've never really believed in before. Um, but I came to my appointment. Um, I didn't tell you anything before you just told me accurate things like accurate. So yeah, it was something different for me.
And I was telling Danny as JD was coming through, I actually felt JD. I actually felt that I could see JD. And I started having this bond with you, Danny.
Sure.
And it was kind of weird for me as well because every day that I do this, it's different all the time. And the feelings that I get are different. But this particular reading, JD came in uh, very strong. This is so funny. Are you getting another tattoo?
I am. I am.
He just told me,
Yeah,
tell
I
my
am.
dad I'm he's getting another
I
tattoo.
am getting another tattoo.
Are you
Yes,
really?
sir. I
What
am.
can you tell me what the
Yeah,
tattoo's about?
it's actually be some wings, angel wings back here with his name in the middle.
So some wings back here with his
Well,
name.
it's gonna be up right here. You can
So
just see it.
behind his back is gonna see how it works because JD is here. You just brought him. Because as I'm talking about him and I'm talking about this experience I'm having, he says, I'm here, Mystery. I'm here. I said, oh, shoot, you are here. And this is what I'm talking about. I could feel something different now, even as you sit here. And weird, though. Aside from this beautiful new shirt that you got,
I
are you,
appreciate that.
no, are
Thank you
you,
for my shirt.
yeah, but were you going to buy clothes or something about clothing? Or were you buying something for your younger daughter, your sister?
I am taking her shopping on Saturday. I do have to do laundry as well. So
Okay. Well, when you take your daughter shopping, he's saying, Dad, I'm going to be there with you. He says, I'm going to be there with you. Because he tells me I haven't left you alone. And I know you didn't come for a reading today, but he's here. And he says, I'm going to be with you. 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 Keeps on repeating it. You know, Danny, because he just made me. Um, he made me. There's balloons. I see balloons. For his anniversary, do you know they let go balloons or something to that effect?
I
Because it was just recent. I know it just happened.
I couldn't know I was out of town for it.
That's okay, but I feel like they did something in his memory. Because he's telling me, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, um, to his mother. So that's something you might want to look into, or even to his little sister. Okay. Um, So once we finish the reading, I'm gonna go on with what happened that day. You went home. I went home. I was still kind of overwhelmed with your reading at JD. But believe it or not, people, JD did not leave me alone. Like he's not leaving me alone right now. And I called you up close to lunchtime the next morning,
Mhm.
which I never do. I don't follow up with people because it's a lot of people. But JD, and I tell people, I literally, Danny, feel like a hit in my arm. Like that's a symbol that they're telling me, hey, I need to talk to my dad.
Mhm.
So, so then I called you, and lo and behold, you live right next to my office,
I do.
which was crazy. It's like 5 minutes. I literally walked to your apartment from my office. That is crazy. I mean, I don't know how
It's
crazy.
pretty close.
Very close. And I went to have lunch at your apartment, and it was the very next day. And he came through again, like he's coming through now. He's so crazy, your son. Because he's standing behind you, and he's holding you. He has our one hand on both sides. I'm just trying to listen. This is weird. So, he's just telling my story. That's okay, JD. He says, "You carry me, you carry me, you carry me." Do you have something of his that you carry, or like a watch or something, some type of jewelry?
I do carry his have a bullet with his ashes in it. I carry it with me at
Okay,
all times.
okay. He says, "Thank you for that." Could you just show me that? Were you ever gonna? Where do you put that bullet? Like, is it like I don't know, the little
Yeah,
bullet?
it's a small bullet.
But do you? Is it hanging?
It was hanging at some point, and the chain broke,
Okay,
so I just carry it with me.
okay,
Um, Usually have it in my truck.
okay. Again, just to let you know, he's with you. He hasn't
sir.
left you. And I tell people, their body is gone, but their soul, their heart, and most important, their love hasn't left you. So he's still with you. So going back to the story, I went to your apartment. We talked about it. We talked about that I was doing a show with
Mhm.
no equipment. And then what did you say?
I got you, Mr. E.
And he said, I got you. I just did it. I said, what you doing? I
I did.
just ordered, right?
Yes, sir. I did.
And I wondered, Danny, to this day today, I'm wondering why.
Um, it's just something that I felt like I had to do. I did it.
And
Um, and to show my appreciation as well for making things better for me.
and
As
how? In what way?
just knowing that my son's okay, just you know, reaching out to him, making sure I was okay after my appointments.
And what you said right now is you said just making sure that my son's okay, which is ironic. You know why?
But
Because he wanted to make sure that
yeah, I
you're
was
okay. And that was more important to him than it was to you
mhm.
at that point. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And when you told me that day, I said, no, 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 you have to cancel the order. You can't do that. I said, no, no, no. Then I stopped because I said, no, wait a minute. JD told me, and now he's hugging you because I could see him putting his arms around
Mhm.
you. I want to say you didn't get to hug him at the end.
No,
And he said, don't regret that because he's hugging you now. And that's something you continue to replay.
yes, sir.
Does that make sense? And he's hugging you now. And I wish, Danny, if I did have good eyeballs, I could give you my eyeballs to see. But not, right now is not a good time. You couldn't see nothing. But this is an expression that I tell people, if you could just see what I see and how beautiful he's holding you. And most importantly, the connection, the love. Because people ask me, when they pass and you feel the impact to your head, when you feel the cancer eating them up, or when you feel the bullet that strike them, and I feel that pain, they say, why do you do that? I said, because on the opposite side, I also feel the love. I feel the love that he has for you. And that's the connection, Danny, that has us connected now through him. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And every time um, he tries to come through, and I said, no, your dad's working right now. No, he's probably asleep because I know you work late hours.
Yes, sir.
And so I'm not going to be bugging you. I said, no, no, we have to let him work now. But it's just telling me that maybe at that particular time, you're thinking of him.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So when you gave me this, I kind of changed my mind because then I said, hold on, Danny. I said, hold on. Because he's telling me that this is a gift from him to me because of you. Because he says, and he's crying right now, but in a good way. These are tears of love that I call him. He's saying, Dad, I got you now. Does that make sense?
Sir.
And he said, you always had him, Daddy. You always had him. But he says, I got you, I got you, I got you. And it makes me feel also when you get those wings, and I've told you this before, that I could see him wrap his wings around you. And that's more of a symbol for me, where he is protecting you, but most importantly, where he is loving you. To the point, Danny, that he wants you to love yourself,
Right.
which has been hard lately.
It has.
Why is that?
Um, Man, it goes ever since my son passed away. Find a reason not to put bullet in my head. I mean, as harsh as that sounds, he was my world. My kids are my world. So it's been really hard. But since I've met you and I had my point with you, it's gotten a lot better. But yeah, it's rough.
And as you made that statement, then again he's showing me how he's wrapping you. And he says, but Dad, don't work so hard. Don't because you're
Yeah.
working super hard. But he says, don't kill yourself working either. Because you distract yourself to suppress the pain. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And he says, our little girl needs us, which is your daughter. What's her name?
Gianna, she's 10.
Gianna, 10-year-old Gianna. He says, we need to take care of her because now, as she getting older, he's telling me, JD's telling me, she's starting to ask about me. She's wondering where is going on with me. And he's saying, we need, we need to take care of her. So he's really stepping in as the big brother.
Oh, he was always there for her. Like she was his world and vice versa.
And I see them playing around in the bed. He's showing me the times
Yeah.
when they were playing around in the bed.
Yeah.
And he's still telling me, do you have or does your daughter have like a hoodie or a blanket that was his? Because he's showing me, or does she have a teddy bear or something that shows me that you guys hug or you wear? I feel like it's a clothing article.
I think she does.
Does she?
Yes, yes, sir.
Do you have anything like that?
No, no, I don't. I do not.
There's something that they're showing me about. Where's this picture? Because I don't see. I see that it's moved around. Do you know anything about the picture?
No, his mom has his pictures.
So just look at that because I feel like they moved this picture back and forth. That's just a symbol. So then after we met and this experience not only happened to me, how did you feel about the whole experience for those people out there that are nervous to come and see me? It's not like Hollywood, it's not like the movies, but how was it for you?
I felt a lot better. Again, it was an experience I've never felt, but it eased me up a lot.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Danny, now that you're here, in front of all these people that are seeing, and it's we're being recorded, so a lot more people are gonna see this. I do want to thank you for supporting this program and for spreading the word on how perhaps we could continue helping people out there uh, with similar situations like yourself, because it's I can't imagine losing a son, uh, but just losing a loved one is very difficult.
Yes, sir.
But what's most important, Danny, is no matter what the challenges are, I want you to know that your son has you. He says, I got him. I got him. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does. What I was telling my God to my son.
Is that what you
Yeah.
tell? And it's weird because you know what's weird? I see it in writing somewhere. So did he ever write something like that? Or I see some writing. Did he write something or do you have his writing?
No, his girlfriend at the time, she got a tattoo of his fingerprints, and it says "I love you" on her arm with his writing
Okay.
on it.
Just so you could let her know that he's sending a shout out to her. So if you're watching this, he's sending a shout out to you. But Danny, I know this was very difficult for you to come
It
here.
was, but I do appreciate you having me.
No, yeah, you know what? You are now part of the family. And it's
Appreciate
weird because you even dress like us. Right now, Rosa. And let me tell you, you are now part of this family.
I appreciate that,
And
Mr.
I
Priest.
appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you. Uh, and thank you for keeping in touch. I enjoy it as we keep in touch because JD uh, sometimes just wants to say hello. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir, it does.
And I tell people it's weird, but I don't always call upon you all because I can. I have spirit guides out there too that want to say hello, and it's hard for me to say uh, hello to everybody. But JD, I'm gonna tell you something, Danny. That JD, I think, is now one of my new spirit guides to come and help me, and I do appreciate you lending them to us or
Sir, of
to
course.
me to help out.
Mhm.
Because you don't know how many people you help. A lot of people. So thank you for joining us. This was a very exciting,
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
yeah. Thank you for coming. And I know you have a busy schedule.
Oh yeah, hi.
You're running up and down because you're only here in town for a little bit and
For
then
a
off you go. For a week?
Yes, sir.
That's good. Maybe we could have a beer or two,
Yeah, definitely.
right? So I want to just let everybody know before we tune off to make sure you don't sign off. Because guess what, Danny? We did a haunted house.
Okay.
And after this show, when we say goodbye, we are going on the trailer. So stick around. It's just a minute long. That's all you have to say. It's just a minute. And this Saturday, we will be running uh, the program on the haunted house that Rosa and I went to go do Ghostbusters. So maybe one of these days you could go with us
Yeah, I
too.
would love to go.
You
That
could
would be
help.
awesome.
Because I know you know all that kung fu stuff. Okay,
I don't think it's gonna work on ghosts.
that's right. And the next thing I want to do, I want to introduce not only my new member of this family, you stay right there, but I want to introduce my whole family that helps me do this show. So if you could all come in behind us and squeeze into the camera, you see, it takes all these people to do what we do here. And especially on times that it's difficult for me to see, but I see with my third eye. But it takes all these people to put on this show. So I want to say thank you to my crew for helping us. And thank you to our new family member here that's going to be around for a long time.
Yes, sir.
We're going to put you to work too, Danny.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
you just think you're going to sit there. Okay. So, on behalf of Mr. E,
And Rosa,
Danny,
right?
Olivia, Victoria,
Nathaniel.
Caroline.
You don't know that I know, but I know. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Stick around for the trailer.